What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Hoopz Junkiez podcast. I'm your host, Marcus. Got my brother AB. Got my other brother, Hot Take J, our favorite hater from the Golden State.
No.
Hey. So, we gonna get into the hoops thing, but I wanted to bring up to y'all. I wanted to ask y'all thoughts on this video. Did any of y'all see this video about this Little League football coach from Florida? How a video came out on Twitter that how he was hitting one of his players in the head. Did you see that? Like he punched his player in the head?
I didn't see it. I heard about it.
It was on. I saw it on Shannon Sharp's Instagram feed.
Man. He don't even understand what he did wrong. It's like, no, you don't need to be putting your hands on none of the kids. But yeah, man, that got me. Hey, have any of y'all ever experienced something like that when you play sports? Like, was your coach abusive?
No.
I wish I would.
I seen videos and stuff on it because I coach and stuff like that. Yeah. We're doing football and basketball coaching, and they make you watch videos and stuff like that. You know, about proper discipline, dealing with parents, dealing with referees, controlling the crowd, and all that kind of stuff. So and they show the videos of things like that happening, but I ain't never seen it happen in person.
Yeah.
I didn't, heard some coaches getting mad and going off, on players, but
yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
it's one thing. I mean, as I get older, even verbal abuse is a real thing. I've had anger issues in my life growing up and trying to learn how to be an adult. But now, as I become an adult and you start being confident in yourself, watching something like that where people are preying on weak, young, old, sick, it don't matter. That ain't happening in front of me. I ain't no MMA fighter, but I can tell you that ain't happening in front of me.
Yeah. I when I saw the video, I was like, man, if I was there at that game, ain't no way they could have held me back on that dude. He looked like I could have took him easily though, Ian. I could. You saw him? Was
keep it 100.
Okay, Nate Robinson.
He looked like I run like he turned around and he started talking noise to the crowd. I stood up and said, "Yeah, I want a piece, bro. I want a piece."
Yeah. I'm just saying, lean on him then. Just lean right into it.
Hey, I've been working out, man. I would have came and got me a piece.
Okay, Kevin Hart.
Hey, you see that right there? That's a battle scar, bro. I got stabbed. Now I'm playing. That's an old chicken pox that just kind of like, it's a scar.
Still there.
It's an old chicken pox. But hey, man. Hey, look, I've been working out, man. You don't see that, bro? I've been working out.
What you all of 5'7"?
Yep, 5'7". And proud of
it. Kevin Hart.
Hey, man, you put in work, man. You eager to
Killer Nate.
Off, man. I'm no hater.
Hey, 5'8" when I'm wearing my Jordans.
Yeah.
Man, let me put my shirt back on. Somebody.
It's getting chilly. It's chilly in Nebraska.
Yeah, they tell me not to let the birds out.
Man. Put your shirt back on, man. We ain't trying to hurt them. Don't give them too much.
Hey, I ain't trying to give them too much. I'm trying to get capture new viewers, subscribers to this.
Yeah. Tamika gonna get
don't
jealous.
Need no trouble on the home front.
Yeah,
she ain't gonna get jealous. She like, you ain't going nowhere.
Boy, ain't nobody worry about you.
she probably be like, hey, you probably go somewhere, but they'll send you back. Yeah, man. But yeah, that dude, he ticked me off, bro. I'm like, and then he turned around like he was hard. Had his hands all puffed up. Like, come on, man.
I'm smacking these kids around. Y'all see?
Yeah. I had a coach, Aaron, you remember Coach Richards in school when we played basketball. And he didn't do that stuff, but he did try that Coach Knight, like he was
verbally abusing, and
Bobby
all
Knight,
dramatics and pulling tables and stuff.
He was like trying to be an old school coach. Bobby Knight was his role model, I guess. But he would do that, like throw the ball towards you, like he trying to hit you with the ball, but it like go past your head and hit the wall and stuff, and he'd be cussing at you and stuff. I ain't put up with it. I ended up like actually stopped playing basketball because of that. I mean, I think so in our house, we grew up, we had a stepdad and stuff like that, but our stepdad was very hands off when it came to us in sports.
Mine too.
He don't even know what we were like playing sports. He never came to none of our games. He ever come to your games, Aaron?
No,
he ain't come to your games because I was at your games. I know he wasn't there.
I ain't want him there.
But we didn't want him there. We didn't want to have nothing to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just very abusive. So Coach Richards reminded me of him. You know what I'm saying? So any male that came at me like that, aggressive, I didn't take it too well. I still don't now. You know, I didn't want a father figure. If it wasn't gonna be my dad, I didn't want a father figure. And then just later on in life, even when it was my dad, it's like, hey, you wasn't there when I was younger. I don't want you either. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. I don't know how Aaron and them felt about it, but I had a real issue with males, older males, trying to dominate me.
Yeah. Well, you know that's funny because I never met my biological, I don't even know what you call him, sperm donor or whatever. I still never met him, and I know he did some time. He might still be in jail for all I know. But my mom's, you know, she obviously married and had a stepdad going on 20-something years and counting now. Mm-hmm. And like I said, he went to USC on a full scholarship playing cornerback at USC. And so he had the ability to help, but there was still that line that you was talking about between stepson and, biological son that he didn't really cross. And so I was actually yearning for, a positive role model in sports and teach me about work ethic and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I never got it. And so and I didn't know psychologically, because I kind of had the attitude and the bravado that you just described, like I don't need it. But when I look back at myself in hindsight, I definitely needed it. I had somebody nudge me in the right direction.
Yeah,
I'd have been all for it.
Yeah,
probably would have been in the league right now.
Yeah, I think if somebody would have came correct, I would have been more open to accepting. Yeah. But that type of, like what that dude did to that little kid, that type of hostility, yeah, I ain't with that. I ain't with that. I had issues. I had issues in the military with people yelling at me. I just didn't take it well. And I don't know if people out there looking at this podcast and you're like, well, you just wouldn't have been able to make it because that's just how it is. That's probably why I didn't make it.
No, so man, like when it comes to how you correct and discipline, whether it's a kid or whether it's an athlete or whatever, you gotta know your kid, know the person that you're dealing with, and how they respond. Some people respond better to being yelled at and having someone, get on them hard, and then other people you gotta pull them to the side and be soft with, have a softer approach with how you deal with them, and that's each individual person gonna be different, and that don't matter if you're a high school kid, college kid, or NBA star. Like you can't take the same approach with, LeBron James as you might be able to take with Giannis. Mm-hmm. Even that when you're talking about the highest level, how you can interact with them and how you can. But what they used to say with Tim Duncan, it was real famous of like Greg Popovich could get on Tim Duncan harder than anyone else, and Tim Duncan would take it, and Greg Popovich was like, I would do it. Because when I got on Tim Duncan that way, and everyone saw me get on my star, when I get on them, they don't really have, like, they can't say nothing. There's no favoritism or anything like that.
Yeah. So, how did you deal with that type of correction? When you were playing basketball, AB, did the coach yell at you, or how did you deal with it?
I never once had a coach yell at me, like over the top yelling at me. Man. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a coach, my coach normally time, if the coaches I deal with, they might go off and slap a chair and be mad because I did something stupid and pull me off to the side and be like, man, think. Because I would always jump up in the air without knowing where I wanted to go with the ball. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was my thing. Is I drive and get in the airborne, and then be like, what do I do? And I would turn the ball over.
You like Russell Westbrook.
And another thing that I would do, Westbrook. Yeah. And another thing that I would do is I would hustle, right? I'm hustling, but I would save the ball underneath their own basket and save it to somebody. Now they got a bucket.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Coach mad.
Just let it go out. Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, I'm hustling, so he don't want to get rid of the hustle. You know, but it's like you got like think the game. So don't just.
Certain kids need that energy, and I needed it. And so you're right. It's a psychology thing. But I was one of them. As long as it's fair and it's, you know, constructive, then you can yell and do all the things. There's so many things you can do with kids, you know, whether it's suicides or burpees or whatever, you know, that you have to be deep enough as a coach and have experienced different types of people. And it transcends sports too. It's just whether you're a leader in something, even your pastor's a comedian, he's a therapist, he's a storyteller, he's everything. And as a basketball coach, it's no different. So.
Yeah, I think so. With me, my personality is I hate to disappoint people, right? So I'll give my all. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, then I give my all to make sure that I do it, and I'm disappointed if I disappoint you. So that is punishment enough for me. If I'm playing basketball and I'm the leader of the team, which is what I was in high school, and I mess up, I'm hard on my own self, you know. So if you know your players, you said it earlier, Aaron. If you know your players and know, okay, how can I get through to this dude? Like, do I need to beat him up more? He already looked like he beating himself up, you know. Or do I lose him when I come at him aggressively?
But
you know?
Even if you are hard on yourself, some people perform better when they're mad. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know, even it's the same thing being in the military. I'm dealing with an airman and I got to correct them or whatever. I can't have the same approach with every airman. Some people I'm gonna give discipline to with some administrative stuff, and some people I gotta be like, man, I gotta take this dude time. That's the only thing that's gonna react. Or some people I gotta hit him where it hurt. You know, it might, you know, he ain't going to lesson unless it hurt his money.
Yeah.
You know, and then the other thing too is, because I'd have to go off on a few people, but one thing you have to try to do, sports, life, whatever case may be, is if you're going to break them down, you got to remember to build them up, and you can't go too far. And in that dude's case, he went too far with the discipline. You know, then you can go hard, you can yell, like what Jason is saying, you can yell. You know, and as long as that is fair across the board, then most people can take it in the moment, especially if you come back after the fact, right, with a softer approach of, what you did deserve me yelling at you. You know what I'm saying? But here's why. You know, here's the reason why. This is what I need you to get.
That kid got scarred, and he got scarred multiple because it went viral. That video is he's going to have to figure out how to deal with that, you know, getting punked by a grown ass man on the internet and having to learn how to deal with it. It'll make him stronger if he's got the right people around him. But that kind of stuff does damage, man.
Yeah, I know. LeBron James had an issue with it. He said that couldn't have been my kid, and I get it. So, but
I think most people had an issue with it.
Yeah. I think y'all had some good points. So keep your hands off people's kids. And originally, I think people thought that was his kid, because it's like, no way would he have done that to somebody else's kid. Sure enough, that was somebody else's child that he punched in the head twice.
He would have needed police escort out of the facilities.
Definitely. I would have had to take this shirt off, man. You don't want to see me take my shirt off. Literally, you don't want to see me take my shirt off. Thanks for watching the Hoopz Junkiez podcast. If you enjoyed our video and you want to support our channel, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Also, you can participate in the discussion by leaving a comment in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, you can check out a few of our extra clips.